Yo, what's good, guys? Just gonna let a couple people get in here. Just chilling on the tracks right now. Getting my power lifter cardio in, which is just walking. That was a nice sound. RIP headphone users. Should have waited till we're a little bit farther. So, yeah. If you got any questions on your mind, let them know. Yo, what's up, big man? Anything you're wondering? Thanks. You too. Well, I figured this would be a huge success, so I see we're already going down the route to being a famous YouTuber. Right now, I weigh like about 215, which is, let me think, let's see, 100 kg is 220, so I guess about 97.5 kg or 215 current body weight. Wow, that's really dark. Nice, man. You know, I mean, I know you're somebody who is like really big into benching, so obviously body weight affects that lift the most of the three, or the big three that you're gonna see in a powerlifting meet. So it's always good if you can get your weight up. If you're trying to bench more, specifically. Looks like some great questions so far. Total of 1. So we'll just chill here for a minute. The secret, man, to both strength and I guess handsomeness is you have to actually wake up 4 in the morning, right? Give yourself 3 coffee enemas, and then that's about it. Actually, my secret. Well, that's good, man. Glad that this upwards angle is giving you a good show. Hopefully, my neck will be good clickbait. People will join. Because right now, we're not getting too many questions. Probably sit down at some point because I'm sure the shaky camera is probably gonna not help anyone who's trying to watch. Can't? Okay. Day's been alright thus far. I mean, I really haven't done too much, to be honest with you, so once I work out, I feel a little bit better. But everything's been going good so far. I mean, some people want to jump in, that would be nice though. Ooh, we're up to a big 5 viewers now. Whew. Don't worry, guys, I won't go Hollywood on you when I hit 10. Oh, back down to 4, it don't matter. I know when we hit 10 viewers, well, thanks, man, I appreciate that. I know the 10 viewer mark, that makes you a Hollywood star, but I will always be humble. But in all seriousness, guys, if there is anything you're wondering, I mean, I don't know. I try to... Well, man, I mean... I don't know what to say to that because I try to keep it real, so I probably would tell you my honest opinion if you were asking, if you're looking for it, but... you posted that 215 max vid. Wait, are you talking about... Oh yeah, I guess I did actually at one point post a video of me maxing out 215. I think that was like the second video or something I ever posted of benching. And it was, pretty sure it was cheating too. So, yeah, actually I remember that very well now. because my uncle was spotting me, and he like literally put his hands on the bar, and it was so obvious he helped. And I was like 14 though or something, so I was like, nah man, it was all me. He was just putting his hands there just in case. But like it was a really dumb video. I do remember that Max video now actually. Well, approach the bridge, so guess I'll cross it with you guys. Why not? Let's just keep going, right? A list of teen lifters with different stats, but I got nothing on you. Give me your birth certificate. Actually, man, I'm secretly like 105, so don't tell anyone, bro, but that was my real secret. I've been training for 95 years now. So I don't have a fake birth certificate on hand, unfortunately. I'm sure that this is really even better than before, the angle now, just straight down, literally a bridge. Has nothing to do with this video. It's kind of long though, so we're gonna be on it for a minute. But yeah, ask away questions, guys. I can read and walk, I can handle this. Oh crap, we're down to 3 viewers, we're not gonna be famous. Oh, what, is it a little too shaky for you? Sorry about that, yeah, I should sit down. Well, there's nowhere really to sit down now. We're kind of out here now, so I'll try to hold it more still. It's my bad. I don't even know where we're going, to be honest with you. The food, what's my favorite food? Let's think. I don't know, man. Favorite thing probably, like just in general, if we're not looking like super specific, it's probably just a nice burger. I mean, it's simple. Like I would definitely be the type of guy that would go to like a really fancy like steak restaurant and get a burger. I don't know, there's just something about it. It's definitely my favorite thing overall, because there's just a lot you can do to one. I feel like, but if we're looking at like specifics, I really don't know what my favorite like specific like cuisine would be. I don't think I really have one, but overall probably just a good burger maybe. Does anyone have any lifting related questions? I kind of figured actually we wouldn't get any, just knowing how you guys are, but ooh, wait a minute, maybe we can get something scenic going on here. Wish you could like retake the thumbnail during the video. I would just like, ooh, up to 6 viewers now, getting famous, guys. But yeah, still out here on this bridge, so to answer Pike's question first, I guess you've seen all my comments on Nick Strength and Powers videos and other ones like that, and you know it is kind of a full-time job, man. Yeah, you gotta click that bell, which is always a tough thing if you don't work out your forearms enough to click so many times. And you kind of you have to be there when the video gets uploaded. You have to be ready to comment. So you have to. It is a full-time job, but my favorite lift for fun. I guess like when you say like for fun, you mean just like something I would just do from time to time, and not really like program necessarily, like more just an accessory. Because if that's the case, my favorite lift that I just do occasionally would probably be some type of pressing variation. I really liked Larson press, but that was just because I was so bad at leg drive that it really wasn't like much of a difference between that and my normal bench. And another thing I like to do is like just, I guess, benching with slingshot, just because it feels like a very much a different movement. Like I feel like, especially quit powerlifting, is just a lot different than raw, to the point where it's almost like an entirely like different like form, even though you're still benching. So I always liked to just throw in some slingshot work for fun, just because it felt like it was challenging me in a different way that raw benching didn't, and kind of forcing me to think about certain things I didn't on the raw bench. Let's see. So bench press harder if you don't arch your back and lifting off bench. If you mean lifting your butt off the bench, then yeah, bench is way harder if you do not lift your butt off the bench. That is just true no matter what, no matter who you are. And arching is definitely necessary to an extent. I mean, look at Kirill Sarshev, right? He's the world record holder. He does not have a crazy giant arch, but he definitely does have an arch there. It's just a very much one that benefits him the most. And I really do think that the amount of arch is going to help you as a bench presser is going to come down to what like how your body is made, what type of a body you have, your height, your weight, and where you tend to put on fat, everything like that, your leverages, your biomechanics are all going to be determining how much of an arch you should really be using. But I think everyone should have, ooh, look, a little frog. I think everybody should have a little bit of an arch, because I do think that is healthy. I don't think it's healthy to have your back flat on the bench like I did for so long. So I do think having a small one will definitely help no matter what. Yeah. What's up, Ice Wallacom? What is your birthday? September 15th. It's my birthday. Haha, so funny, haha. I guess you're laughing at his name. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. So basic. Yeah, Eric did not have much of an arch at all. Eric was just, or is, I should say, somebody that's just really built to bench press. I feel like the way that he was just, I don't know, because I've never really actually even seen any videos of Eric's Poto deadlifting or squatting, to be honest with you. So I really don't know what he could hit. Like, I know Sarshev did for a little while also hold the full meet world record total before Ray Williams broke it a couple times, and he deadlifts like close to 900 in training. So whereas Spoto, I think, was really somebody that was just meant to be a bench specialist. He very much had like a barrel chest and very much like short arms, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, I guess he was somebody that could get away with it because of his leverages. How much pounds does a max? Oh, okay. So like a strict max versus a cheating max. To be honest with you, at first, like, I actually made the transition from being a cheater to a less of a cheater on bench. I don't know, my form probably still is cheating in some way, but I do remember making that change from having like my butt shoot off the bench to not. And I did lose a decent amount of my max, but I was cheating pretty bad. I think my max probably went from like 240 to like 215, 220-ish. But very quickly, within a few months, my max was back up to 240 legit, because without my butt leaving the bench and with trying to use some kind of like scapular retraction, my form was actually better, to the point where, technically speaking, it was more efficient despite the fact that I wasn't cheating. So I did lose strength on my max at first, but it was able to recover relatively quickly. Let's see what else we got here. Kirill is times. No one's worth it. Kirill is as a bencher and powerlifter. Still weigh a lot though. Iron your rib density. Well, Pike, I do a lot of pause work, so I don't really know what you're referring to specifically. I used to bounce the weight a lot. I don't know when you see me bounce it now. It does hit my chest too hard sometimes. I know that, but generally I try to actually pause the weight on my chest, or at least do like a stop and go where I'll let it hit my chest for that split second and let the momentum stop in the bar. I mean, I know that I did post a couple dumb videos where I was using the bench block at first and not pausing, so I am sorry for that. That was just stupidity, to be honest with you. But yeah, Kirill as opposed to Eric. I do think Kirill's record was a lot smoother. Well, I don't think I know. Kirill's... Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, Kirill definitely, as a powerlifter, yeah, obviously has more accomplishments than Eric. And I think Kirill, like I said, his world record was easier. And I also do think that Kirill was very smart, in that he knew he was in a good position when he held the world record to just kind of like, and I'm sure he still trains, but to, you know, kind of just wait, I guess, until someone else challenges it, which I assume will be Julius Maddox. towards the end of 2018, we'll be there to take Carrillo's world record. If not, then in 2019, I'm sure it'll happen. But until then, I know Carrillo's just kind of like just been chilling almost. I mean, he hasn't really been pushing himself to that limit because he knows that he can get injured, just like Scott Mendelson and Eric Spoto did, who were the two previous world records holders before him. Yes, that is basically it. At first, my max went down to like 215 probably without the cheating, but within a few months, I was back to 240. And I didn't like really post anything back then. I would only post like PRs and stuff. And I think a few months after I got back to 240, I did post a video of me hitting 240 for 4. And to be fair, that was very much like only the case because I didn't really train properly. I didn't train that often. I was very much like an ego lifter. I wanted to max out all the time. So there would have been more potential there. But that was what it was. And do you read any info on lifting? Oh crap, I'm really sorry, man. Well, everything I've read has usually been about history. To be honest, like I've read up a lot on like George Hackenschmidt because of course he is the inventor of the hack squat and the floor press, which are, you know, basically the predecessors to the back squat and the bench press, which is 2 of the 3 movements you see in powerlifting. So I've read a lot about history. And about form, I've watched videos on YouTube, I'm not gonna lie. I did not like read specific articles about like different form or anything like that. Did you arch when you were cheating at 240? No, because I didn't even know what arching was. Pretty much, basically, I knew like absolutely nothing about powerlifting back then. Not that I'm some expert now, but no. All I did when I had the 240 to cheat was my butt shot off the bench. But that was not too long after I turned 15. It was also not too long after I actually initially widened my grip. And so my max went up really quickly. And I decided to start being a cheater, I guess, around that time too. Because from what I remember, I don't think I really even cheated when I was 14 and I posted that video of me hitting 190 with the close grip. I don't think my butt left the bench, just the form was really off. Like I couldn't lock out the weight evenly at first and stuff like that. So I think the cheating thing came along a little bit later. You know, I can switch the camera back if you guys want. I don't really know what you prefer. Am I gonna compete in bodybuilding? Oh, thanks, man. You too, man. You hit 300, right? At 15 and like 180. So that's really impressive right there. All right. Well, if you want to watch the hair, I'll go bring it back. But I'm gonna compete in bodybuilding. I mean, if I did, I would lose. So probably not. I mean, I don't know. I don't look good at all, really. So there'd be no reason for me to compete. I know I do what I call power building now. That's just because I'm trying to be healthier and lose weight as I continue to try to build muscle mass, which I know is not really possible. So that's why I've been losing weight so slowly. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to compete in a bodybuilding show. Oh, what I was saying, man, is you hit a. You're saying you hit 300 at 15, right? And like 190-ish body weight, which I'm saying is very impressive. I'm saying so you're very strong as well, basically. That's more than 1.5 times body weight, which at 15 is a very impressive bench. And is it true that all good benchers are homosexual? I wouldn't know because I'm not a good bencher. Oh, you're 16? Well, I mean, either way, good stuff, man. 180 for 300 pound bench press. Well, yeah, that's a really good, because I mean, well, 1.5 times 180 is 285, I believe. Or that doesn't sound right. Let's see. Well, what's 1/2? No, it's 270. So yeah, it's 30 pounds past 1.5 times body weight, which is really impressive, man. Do you back squat? Yeah, well, when I actually started was literally like probably a couple months ago. Like I did not squat for a very long time because I was an ego lifter and I was quote unquote bench only, despite not having a good enough bench to justify that. And then I did start back squatting for a couple months, and then I actually messed up my groin from sprinting, so I stopped squatting. And now my groin should be fine, so I probably should start squatting again. I've just been trying to improve my hack squat just for fun. And that's the lift I do for fun. To the guy who asked that, is hack squats. Even though they're kind of painful, but they are fun as well. And I hate my bench. Benching still 300 with 16-inch arms is not right. I've never even measured my arms, to be honest with you. I've never even thought about doing that before. I'm sure that wind noise is killing everybody. I don't even know where we are anymore. I've literally just been walking. Well, that tree sounds like it's about to fall. If you guys can hear that, I'm a little scared. That tree really did not sound good. Anyway, should probably turn around eventually, but who cares? When you mean an Olympic weight set, do you mean kilo plates? Like, what do you mean by an Olympic weight set? You mean like the calibrated kilo plates, the Olicos that you see in like a powerlifting meet? Ooh, we're coming up to a road now. I don't even know what we're doing now, so. From PA, man. Well, technically I'm from Ohio, but I lived there for like less than 2 years, so. I've lived most of my life in PA. Oh, that noise must be ridiculously bad for you guys. I feel that if I get my and delts to par, I'll bench low 300 pulls, but I keep training them and I have no idea how. I still can't do a dip. Yeah, that is actually a big problem. Let's say, I think pike is 17, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember I used to not even be able to do a dip paint for free because my form was so bad. I do remember that. I could do them technically, but my shoulders would start to throb because my elbows were flaring out so badly, which was the same case with my bench. Because I used to literally be all chest and no tricep in my bench. That's probably the most cardio I've gotten in my entire life. Walking for 23 minutes now. It's gotta be a world record for me. A personal record. Nah, man, Pike and I, we're both strict curl only competitors now. We're not bench bros. Honestly though, Pike, have you seen how low the world records are for some of the strict curls? Like, they're honestly not unachievable at all. Compared to SBD powerlifting, records are like extremely low for strict curling. 225, 15. Yeah, 225, 15. I mean, it would really depend on body weight as opposed to how impressive it was, but 225, 15 in my book is pretty good, especially if it's legit. Yeah, you know how weak my triceps are, man. They're like incredibly bad. My problem is the exact opposite. I have all chest and no triceps. And that was what led to my pec tear, I feel like, really. It's because I was benching way too much chest and way too little tricep. Surprised I haven't seen anyone else yet, because other people actually do walk around here. 165, yeah, 225 is a really good bench. I've never, actually, yeah, when I first started lifting, I think I weighed 170, so I've never lifted. Yeah, well, the problem with me is my close grip, and is now, like, especially got to be terrible because my triceps. But in the beginning, actually, come to think of it, I think it was the other way around. I think I was in your position where my triceps were stronger because I had only benched close grip. But then when I widened my grip, I went so wide, and I ended up doing basically the opposite. All right, see you, man. It's more cardio than I'm gonna get today. James Woods. I don't know who James Woods is. I know who James Strickland is, but not James Woods, unfortunately. 275 for, would you guess my max is? 275 for 4? I'm trying to think, what was my max when I hit 275 for 4? Because I do actually remember hitting that at one point. That was, I want to say, I posted that back in September maybe of 2017, something like that. And I'm trying to think, my max back then was probably about 295 to 300. Maybe I could have bounced a little bit more, but like a somewhat legitimate max, probably about 295 to 300 range, when my max was 275. So I guess for you, it would really depend on how good you are at grinding out near maximal weight for reps. But I would assume your max is probably around 300. Any injuries? Currently nothing's really bothering me. I mean, I tore my groin in a couple spots. That's since healed up. And, you know, I'm sure most people know about the pec tear. That's since healed up as well. So no injuries are really bothering me right now, no. None that I can think of, at least. Or not, I guess I should say none that I know about, at least. Alright, good. Making sure there's no one walking behind me. It's gonna be like, what's this fool doing? Pec tear from slingshot? That could have been part of it. I felt like the slingshot, actually, when I did try that out again, that like re-aggravated the injury, which doesn't make any sense to me because the slingshot helps you the most at the bottom of the rep where the injury was caused, and helps the least at the top where the triceps are used. So I don't know why the slingshot would bother me, to be honest with you. But the slingshot did re-aggravate it. But then initially the injury was from just stupidity, my awful programming, which was just me maxing out all the time as an ego lifter. That's really what caused the injury, though. It wasn't anything else besides my own dumbness and my programming or lack thereof. Just realized I have to walk home now for like 30 minutes too. Should probably turn around eventually, maybe at this next road. What for the groin? Sprinting was the major cause of that, and I did not warm up properly for it. I just did it for fun. I was like racing other people, which, despite the fact that I'm unathletic, I actually can sprint kind of well because of how tall I am. So yeah, I was racing people, and basically I did not stretch properly or warm up properly for it, and it tore it. I think the groin was already a little bit like kind of aggravated before that. I had a little bit of pain, but that's when it like actually officially tore, because that's when it started to just throbbing, and it hurt every step I took. Before that, like walking didn't really hurt, and it was only like for a couple of days. I went to, you know, I don't even know, it's not a hospital, but it was like something kind of like similar, I guess. And they just said just to be careful for like a week, and it healed up fine. I just didn't squat for a while. Mostly was like the big thing, which I never used a super wide stance on squat anyway, so that wasn't really a big worry of mine. I don't think I'm playing Minecraft right now with like these footsteps. This is how it sounds when you walk on the grass in that game. I feel like, even though this is not grass, this is literally a pile of debris. Natural debris, except for that. How many reps do you think you'd get with 275 now? how many reps would I get with 275? I'll tell you for like different points. Like when I was at my strongest, my max was like 350 with cheating. TNG 275, probably 8 to maybe even 9. I got 6 at the end of a workout before when my max was a little bit lower. And right now, it would probably be, I'm trying to think, it would probably be maybe 6 at the most right now. I don't even know where I am. I'm at like some park now. Some abandoned park. Why did I just... I don't know where this is, but whatever. Yeah, I'll turn around soon. I think we can go till like 40 minutes or so. I don't have to do anything today. Which is literally every day as a 16-year-old who doesn't do anything. I'll switch it back just for Pike in case he's still here. Oh, and any short-term goals somebody else asked, I'm actually really sorry for not answering that. I was just literally sitting here like a Dumbo. Any short-term goals? My biggest probably would just to be, I guess, to get in a better state of health, so that, like, to build a foundation of better health, which is what I've been working on for a while now, so that injuries in the future will be less likely, because powerlifting really is a marathon sport, and especially as a natural, one thing you have to worry about is longevity, so you can train for the next decade, several decades. I mean, so that's my biggest short-term goal. And my other one, I guess, is to really get my strict curl up. That's the only thing I've really been focusing on right now, because it's the only thing that I haven't had any setbacks on. And it's also the only thing that I think there's potential for records on for me in the future. So I guess it would be another short-term goal would to be to hit a big PR on strict curl by the end of the summer. That's what I've been programming for right now, at least. Miss me with that gay shit, my bad. 6, alright, chasing your bench numbers, my top. Next week is 290, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I would imagine you could probably get 290 for a double, just as a grinder, I would think. Ooh, got a car going by. Sketchy. I must seem like such a weirdo just talking to my phone. Walking on the tracks. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Get a little bit better lighting now. Your testicles look massive from here. Yeah, that's why I'm using the angle, man. Like a second look when they go by. Like a lot of people do walk on these tracks. Like a second look when they go by. Like a lot of people do walk on these tracks. How long does your depression last? Well, since I just heard about somebody strict curling 135 for a 4x3, my depression came back actually, so this one might last for, I don't know, 6 months to a year. Doing heavy chest curls, I assume you meant cheat curls, help with strict. I think to an extent, yeah, cheat curls. I wouldn't do them all the time. I don't do them all the time because the risk of injury there. But, I mean, in my experience, a heavy cheat curl would engender you and your body to handle a heavier weight, at least for some parts of the movement, right? So I think that occasional heavy cheat curls, maybe with just like slightly above your max or around your max for reps, as long as they're kind of controlled, can help, just because your body, like I said, gets more acclimated to that heavier weight. So it should really be like whatever you're cheat curling should be like your goal by the end of your cycle to hit as a strict curl, I feel like, so that when you do go for it on the strict curl, you've already done it before, just in a cheating form. And plus you can do holds at the top that are heavier, and you can lower the weight that's heavier than you can normally bring to the top strict as well. So that would help, I believe, at least. I'm not an expert on strict curl, to be honest with you, but someone beats my PR or even I get depressed for weeks. I mean, for 3 days. Nice. I gained the most curls when I did drop sets. Yeah, drop sets I'm sure are beneficial. I'm just a lazy powerlifter though, so I don't usually do. Not tendonitis from doing cheat curls with 200, so only curls now. Not messing with. Yeah, I agree with you there. That's a major reason why I don't really talk about them. Like, I don't recommend them for other people to do, and why I'm trying to not do them, because I don't have any tendonitis yet. But I feel like that cheat curls are basically a one-way ticket to it. So, yeah, I'm really not going to do cheat curls more than once every couple months. And when I did do them, it like killed my delt. Too, like my left delt was throbbing for a while. Between that and arm wrestling, yeah, I'm right-handed, but someone else was left-handed, so I took him lefty, and that was just like destroyed my delt and shoulder. And also my upper back was really tight too from doing cheat curls before, so I really just don't like them that much at all, to be honest with you. But I do think that there is, if your body is ready for them, I do think there is some potential. How old are you? I'm 16, man. Double tendonitis. I feel very confident now with that. I know how. So for me, yeah, exactly. That's my big fear. Is that what's the point of doing a cheat curl? It's supposed to be helping with my strict curl. If I can't even strict curl for a while because of tendonitis, that would be a result. That's really what you have to do. Oh, my bad. I feel like that's what you really have to do with all auxiliary movements. Is you kind of have to weigh the risk to reward ratio out and see which one is higher, I guess. I really don't have to say that, but like you do need to weigh out the benefits, the risk. Man, dingo arms. I don't know what that is. Anyone ever come lift with you? Like at my house? I've had my friends come over to lift before, but that was about it. If any of you guys really are in the area and looking to lift, I would lift with somebody. I mean, that'd be chill. So I'm not like a famous YouTuber, so I don't think anyone's going to be going out of their way to lift with me at my dingy home gym. Oh man, I got a lot of traffic now. A lot of suspicious activity. Do you know your arm size? Something pretty sad. I'm sure the number that is would be an answer. But if we're trying to be more specific, I really don't know my arm size. I haven't really measured them. I had a guess though. I don't know, maybe 15 inches of pure fat. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Coming up to our third road now, besides the one I used to enter the track in the first place. Man, I have no idea where I'm at now. It's kind of hard to get lost when you're walking a straight line on the tracks, though, so I think we're all good. I said at 40 minutes I'd turn around, but I think we can turn around when we get up to this road. Yeah, I don't think big arms are really needed for bench besides big triceps. I don't think big biceps really help. And I'm honestly the only kind of bro lifter ever who actually hated curling. And this is no joke. Like, I did not curl for over a year. Right? We got a lot of people going by. We're just gonna walk real quick. Just gonna get over here. Alright. Let's see. But yeah, the whole thing is I didn't curl for a long time because I actually hated curling for some reason. I just found it so boring. And since I found strict curls, I've come to like it a lot more. But I really did not like curling. And I know I said I was going to turn around, but that was a lie. I've never been over here before, and I kind of want to walk around a little bit more. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Living a small road. I can't walk around too much like you. This area's kind of like suburban, I guess, and I don't know. I mean, probably not supposed to walk around here, but I just do. I don't really care what's gonna happen. To break records, would you consider using steroids in the future? And yeah, Pike, I agree with you. I don't like curling unless it's a strict curl. I even do all like my accessories with my back to the wall just because sorry, that scared me. It was I'm kind of an Amish town, so literally a horse and buggy just went by on that road, and I thought somebody was like walking on the tracks with like, I don't even know, like some hooves or something, because it sounded like a horse, but I didn't know. Yeah, strict curls are pretty sick, except for the fact that I feel like with strict curls, if you post a video, it's always like, you always get the haters that are like, bro, I can curl like 300, and it's like they don't understand the difference between a strict curl and a cheat curl, and they always think that it's just so easy, which I guess to an extent, like I said before, strict curl records are lower in relation to where you'd expect compared to SBD powerlifting. But no, I'm sorry, I did not get to the steroid question yet. Here's the thing: if I genuinely like reached a point in my life where I like knew I had the potential to break a world record with the help of steroids, and then I would start using them. I would compete only untested. I would never be like a liar, because I hate that whole side of like fake naturals in powerlifting. I think it ruins the sport. Yeah, I know the haters are always going to be around, but yeah, other than that though, I would not use steroids. Like, I really do firmly believe that you should only start juicing if you're either at a point where your body's natural test production is significantly down. So maybe like TRT or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not an expert on all the side effects of that, but yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, the whole thing's like, I wouldn't use steroids unless I actually had the potential to break a world record, or at least become very elite, like 600 plus bench at the very least in a weight class, before I would even, like, if I knew I had the potential to hit that with steroids, that would be me considering them. Other than that, then no. Let's see. Guy James said he curled 60. Yeah, people think that strict curling, you don't have to have your back to the wall. I am a complete like proponent of that. I think it's not a strict curl unless your back's on the wall. I've seen strict curl competitions that even allow some swing, and I'm like, it's not a strict curl. So I've definitely seen people say that they were quote unquote strict curling when in reality they were not. They would be swinging, and I'm like, that's not strict. Back needs to be to the wall. That's a huge difference, man. If he could curl 60 kg with swing but could barely get 30 kg on strict, that is a huge difference, man. He must have been cheating a lot. I've come to hate deadlifts because he's such deadlifts are definitely grueling, yeah. The lifts are brutal. I mean, my formal deadlift is so jacked up that I don't even do them. I don't know, man. Because the problem was that I used the wrong form for so long, because that's honestly how I was taught. And I was like basically like told I was doing a good job lifting with wrong form. And it became so ingrained that I would try I would be so conscious about it, but subconsciously there was something there, and I was still just rounding my lower back horribly. So, which is my own fault, just an excuse, but whatever. Took pro hormones for a few months, not worth the side effect. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what's even the point if, you don't, like, I feel like the only way that it would be worth all the money you have to spend on a cycle, all the side effects, is if you are going to have that world record title, which I don't really see myself ever having. Full on with strict curls. Yeah, I'm the same way, man, because strict curl, even if you're maxing out, it's such a sub-maximal weight for your body to handle, and compared to how much you can hold and how much weight you can lift off the ground or off a rack, that it really is not grueling at all. Like, I always feel like I could rest for like 30 seconds after a strict curl set and hit the next set, and I have to like always tell myself like, no, you got to slow down between sets if you want to get, the minimum amount of lactic acid in the muscle remaining, and you want to actually be able to get the set done. So, but yeah, I do agree, strict curls are definitely very tempting to go on, like, only strict curl powerlifter type of regimen. That would be really nice, to be honest with you. Yeah, Nick Strength and Power is the one that got me into strict curling, actually. Yes. Well, I knew about strict curling because of CT Fletcher. I'd seen him hit 225, and I had thought about it, but I didn't know. I didn't really want to do it until I saw Nick Strength and Power actually make a video. Yeah, CT hit 225 on a straight bar from the ground. Some dude, oh my god, I cannot even pronounce his name for the life of me, but I saw somebody, they've hit more on a curl bar from a rack. They hit 113 kg, which is, I believe, just under 250. Yeah, it's like 249.9. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, and he hit like 250. I mean, the thing about CT that's so crazy though is like CT, I mean, was like a bench specialist, and he happens to also just hold that strict curl world record. That's what makes it so impressive to me, is the fact that CT was able to do that despite the fact that he was like a bench specialist, benching over 600, I believe. Yeah, actually it was, because pretty sure he held the drug tested world record for a time. I know now James Henderson holds it with 710, which Julius Maddox is looking to break very soon. I don't know, man. The whole thing is, I've never administered a positive PED test on CT, so who am I to really say whether or not he's natural? So I don't know who the hell is mowing the forest. Literally, there's mowing sounds, but look at this. Like, what the hell? Who's out here mowing? I don't know. Yeah, bro, CT, I mean, it's gonna be, I mean, it's crazy. Like that, you had to get the heart transplant and everything. And I think a lot of that was, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but I think a lot of it really came down probably to steroids. And I also think, though, that it was from the way he ate as a powerlifter. I think because he ate so unhealthily, had so much cholesterol in his diet, so much, you know, everything basically that's not, you're not supposed to have, so much saturated fat, that also led to a lot of his heart problems later on. Was how unhealthily he lived for such a long time as a powerlifter. And then, to top it all off, when he went bodybuilding mode, I guarantee he was using steroids as well. And man, I mean, I know what you're saying, that like, yeah, there's probably no chance that he's natural. It's just, to me, I hate being the one to make yeah, exactly. Like, the whole thing is, who am I? What position am I in to say whether or not someone else is natural? I'm in no position. It's not, I don't have the right to claim whether, you know, or to say whether or not someone is natural. You know, I mean, like, that's just not what I should be doing, because I'm not an expert on the science of steroids. I know that, like, I think, like, they say delt development is a really big sign of steroids, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert on it. I don't have a degree. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. That's the thing I hate right there, because that does tell me, yeah, you're probably already lying. Because if you could lie to us once, and then you admit, oh, well, I did use them for a short, like, you probably were just lying all along. And I do hate when that happens. And then we're supposed to start respecting people who lied for so long about being a natural, and then all of a sudden came out and said they're on steroids. Yeah, exactly. That is a good point, man. I didn't really even think about it. But for sure, he was probably lying then. Because, like I said, like, what reason would you have not to lie once not to lie again if you already lied once about the same thing? I feel like there was another comment I was supposed to. How old is CT when he's? Does anyone know how old CT was when he strict curled to 225? I know he was a lot younger. I think in his 30s. I'm not sure though, actually, man. I'm really sorry. I do not know how old CT was when he strict curled to 225. I just know that it's the world record on a straight bar from the ground. Yeah, I completely agree. I think a 600 plus bench is definitely, like, just no joke, no matter whether or not you use roids. I think 600 plus is like that range where, like, you almost need steroids to get there. But what's more, even if you don't, it's like I can't really think of any way to negate a 600 plus bench. That's just insane. And yeah, I've watched some of George Liebman stuff. Yeah, I agree. That's why I said I hate fake naturals. Well, I hate the idea of being a fake natural. I don't hate the person, literally, but I hate what they're doing to the sport of powerlifting, because powerlifting is really one of the few sports where you have tested and untested, right? Most sports it's just only tested, and you're almost forced to lie about it if you want to compete at the top level in it. Whereas powerlifting, there's opportunity for people to compete, both tested or not tested, right? Yeah, same here, man. Alright, at this point we probably should turn around. But I'll just go until we're like an hour in, for the fun of it. Why not? I need the cardio. BTC, did BTC, has he ever actually talked about his steroid use? Yep, that morning paper, man, that's right. So how much do I squat and deadlift? That's a great question. I have no idea. I have not maxed on deadlift in quite some time. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did max one time for fun, and I hit like 405. So, and that was probably when I was a little bit stronger even than now. So I don't know. My max would probably be high 300s, low 400s, maybe. I have no idea. Sorry, some dogs are barking at each other over there. And squat. I don't know, my squat would be pretty decent if I kept on doing it instead of stopping from the groin injury, which, to be fair, if I kept on doing it, the injury, I would have been more injured, so. But my squat right now is probably like 365. Yeah, because actually I think not too long ago I hit 365 on video after not squatting for a while. But it probably wouldn't be very good like depth, and there would probably be like pretty like huge breakdown in my form with maxing out on squats, since I haven't done it in so long, and I only did it for like 2 months in my life. All right, so I really wouldn't want to max. And do I plan on competing then? I want to compete in strict curl. Only federation I know of really that does it is 100% raw powerlifting. I would really like to compete before I turn 18, because I think the world record for the 16 to 17 group is only about like 154. Why do I keep getting all them injuries? Well, it's just from stupidity, man. I'm not stretching properly. Well, the groin injury, like I said before, was from sprinting, and it was just from me being stupid, along with all the other ones, actually. Do I plan on gaining weight? Not at the moment. Yeah, 154. So, I mean, I've hit 130 a couple months ago. Ooh. Hold up. I should have farmed now. Yeah, I think the record for like any weight group is 154. I think that's the highest strict curl regardless of weight class, because I think the 220 record is actually higher than the 242 by like a significant amount. Not on his property. Why did you retract the message? Oh, so you could resend it. I'm not really technically on his property. I hope not. I'm probably on the state's property, which is just illegal. I'm sure. Alright, are there any like last minute questions? Because I'm probably gonna sign off here. My phone's down in the 30s. Probably could have done 154, 17. Yeah, man, I'm sure if you're 18 and you're hitting what, 135 for 4x3. Do I believe it? Yes, I do believe communism exists. I don't think communism is a myth. No, but for real, no, I do not believe in the ideologies of communism. Although I also don't believe in all the ideas of capitalism either. I think both are flawed, and there must be a middle ground somewhere out there. Yeah, once we're like an hour in, I think YouTube's gonna force me off anyway. Wait, what happened? Is the stream not working anymore? Or did everyone just leave? Because I do see there's only one person, which I assume is you, because you just commented. I don't know if everyone else left because of communism. That's too bad, I guess. I'm not a communist, so I don't know what the problem would be. Oh, okay. I was making sure, man, because I've had problems like that in the past with live streams, and they would just freeze randomly because of my awful internet connection. But luckily, 5 is general is heavy. You're basically lifting a fatty. It would depend on the height, but I suppose you could say that. Dude, what? I only have one viewer, but 3 different people just commented. I'm really confused by that. Like I said, though, any last minute questions, please let me know. Cause I'm pretty sure YouTube makes the video stop after an hour. I'm pretty sure that's like the limit. Or maybe I'm thinking Instagram actually. I don't know if YouTube is a limit or not. But I do remember James Strickland doing his Q&A in segments on YouTube the one time, so I think there is some kind of limit. And if not, then we'll just keep chilling until an hour's up. When did I start lifting? Ooh, this is a story. So, alright, I'll answer this. Sorry. Oh, it's all good, Scott. I'm gonna be doing these Q&As weekly, actually, man. So, it was starting to rain, rip. But I'll do these Q&As weekly. So, but I'll just start doing them on Saturday, like later on, because I know people have to work right now. You know, not everyone can be a lazy 16-year-old like me and not do anything. So I'll answer these last couple questions and then I'm gonna go. So my weight right now at 215, man, 97.5 kg. And when did I start lifting? So all right, technically, I started in February of 2016, but I was not lifting seriously. At first, I was serious about it for about a month, and then I stopped lifting for a while, right? And then I finally started to get really serious about powerlifting towards the end of 2017. That's when I really started to follow it a lot more. Like I'd heard of like the Phenom, you know, Larry Wheels and people in that realm before that, but I really started to follow it more seriously towards the end of 2017, and I started becoming more serious about my lifting towards the end of 2017, in that I wouldn't just be missing sessions randomly for no reason. So, but technically, yeah, my first time lifting was in February of 2016, and I was kind of off and on with it. All right, well, 59.5 minutes. My phone's starting to get wet, so I'm thinking we're just gonna go. Honestly, guys, I walked for literally an hour, one direction. 4:20, nice. And blaze up before work. I mean, you can't just work at 4:20 and not get blazed. Come on now. Yeah, we'll see you guys. You too, man. All seriousness, though, good for you. 16 having a job. I should have a job though. But oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we've been walking for a good hour now, just one way. So I'm gonna have to go the other way now, which is gonna be fun. But it's another hour. But you know what? Powerlifting, cardio, man. All right, see all you guys. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. And if we have any more questions next week, if you happen to think of any more, join. And honestly, it'll probably just be the same thing. We'll probably just be walking somewhere, talking, just having a good time, you know? Rip. I don't know what we're saying rip to, but yeah. Did you want to ask something real quick, man? Because if you had any more questions, I can stay for one more. We're coming up to something kind of cool up here anyway, so I'll show it real quick. Oh, this is so sketchy if a car comes by, though. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna say goodbye, guys. And I will see you next time. Peace.